Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. Playing what seems to be a pretty miserable rogue deck, although I did win the first game. Like, that opponent didn't really do very much, so I'm probably going to lose in this video. We'll see, though. I have been wrong in the past in my deck evaluations. Let's go ahead and eat some good luck peanuts. Dry roasted peanuts. Lightly salted. And you know, they've still got enough salt to have some good flavor on them, but not so much that it's overwhelming. Okay. Well, I think the right move is to play the Voodoo Doctor on turn 1, because it'll tie up her first turn coining to ping out this dude, and she might have wanted to play a real creature with her mana instead. So I think it's a worthy trade. She plays Mad Bomber, which is the right play, but again, I get very lucky. I say again because it actually happened pretty recently that I got lucky like this. I have to be honest, that is a very, very lucky start. So I get to kill her 2-drop with something that should have been pinged to death. Okay, that thing is difficult to take down. Yeah, I'm going to use Fan of Knives to kill it. I mean, what else am I going to do? Just sit here? Might as well. Get it while the getting is good. So now she's used up her coin. I'm actually ahead of card because Fan of Knives recharged and I used the dagger to finish off the Micro Machine. And I get to respond to her turn 3 play with this Gnomish Inventor. Now, the Cobra will kill the Inventor, but then I get to kill the Cobra with the dagger. So I actually go up another card because this thing was giving me a card. So this is actually a really, really lucky game so far. Could still all go terrible, but, you know, so far, so good. Ah, she's got the buff, so it doesn't die to the dagger. Okay, so here's an interesting choice. Now that I can't kill the Cobra with the dagger, it's not as appealing to play this Ventricle Mercenary, because that'll just die to the Cobra. Okay, I'm going to trust my instincts here. I've gone up a couple of cards, so I could just go down a card playing this, or I could use Betrayal to kill the Cobra. If I play the Pine-Size Summoner, everything trades. Cobra kills this. Shadow Sun Cleric kills the Pine-Size. Then she just gets to play a 5-mana move. If I play the Betrayal to kill the Cobra, then she has to do something about these Dancing Swords. Alright, I'm going to try this. I'm not sure this is the right move. The thing about Betrayal, though, is that if I use it on the Cobra, it will actually kill a really big minion, so you can get a real blowout victory there. So what are the odds? Let's see, she could use the Cleric plus a ping to kill that. She still has to kill the Pine-Size. Then she's not playing anything big, so I might as well just use Betrayal right now. It's a 2-mana, deal 2 damage. I think it's okay. And I don't see any reason to use the dagger here. Might as well just let it sit. So we're trying to use this 4-4 to kill the 3-2. And then I'm trying to get her to spend 2 mana to ping this to death. So yes, she goes back up a card, but I've got some card advantage early on. And I'm more concerned about board presence right here, because I'm about to play this Ogre. Now, of course, mages can kill these Ogres like there's nothing to it. Oh, crap. Ah, that's got to be a Mirror Entity. I mean, I hate these situations, because if it is a Mirror Entity, that's bad. But if it's not a Mirror Entity and I play something crappy, then that's bad, too. Shit. Alright, well, I'll give her the Pine-Size Summoner if it is a Mirror Entity. Which it wasn't. So that secret, whatever the hell it is, was incredibly good because it stopped me from playing a really big creature. I would much rather have a Boulder Fist Ogre on the table than these two Dinkosaurus Rexes. Alright, she gets a Water Elemental out. Had I had an Ogre out here, I could kill this easily, but now this thing's a menace instead. Alright, well, let's think about my options here. I get a Lucky Barrel Flip. That is good. A couple things I could do. I could play the Stormwind Champion. And then Dagger plus Pine-Size will kill the thing. That's an option. I could also play Boulder Fist Ogre and the Bluegill Warrior. Bluegill Warrior... Note that I cannot play Bluegill Warrior and the Stormwind Champion, even though it looks like it, because once I play the Champion, this will go back to costing 2 mana. But if I play the Bluegill Warrior, it plus the Pine-Size will kill the Elemental, and then I can play just a Boulder Fist Ogre, which would be nice to have on the table, that Boulder Fist Ogre. I could also assassinate this, but that seems really pointless. So I can either have a Stormwind champion, lose the Pine Size and the dagger and kill this, or I can use the Bluegill Warrior and the Pine Size to kill it, which lets me play an Ogre, which is a bit hardier than the champion, and might make the champion better later on, and lets me keep a dagger out. Alright, we'll try this. I'm not sure this is the correct play, but it's the play I'm going to make. So we kill it, we kill it. We see if it's a duplicate. It's not a duplicate. We see if it's an Ice Armor Vaporize. It's a Vaporize, so it kills my Demolisher, which, well, it's kind of annoying because the Demolisher is a nice thing to have out. But on the other hand, I'd rather lose the Demolisher than something else. Alright, War Golem will require me to use Assassinate this turn. Okay, I could go a little bit wacky here. I could play a Noyatron to cover up the War Golem and then play Ventricle Mercenary. What do I really gain by doing that, though? I might as well just kill this and then play the Noyatron anyway. Okay, so she has 6 cards to my... she actually ahead on cards here because of the double teaming I've done. So she's ahead on cards. She's got 6 to my 4, soon to be 5. But I got this Ogre. She needs a Polymorph or a Fireball in one of these 6 cards. Does she have it? With 2 expansions out, Nexramas and Goblins Gnomes, now it's a little bit less likely that the mage would actually have a Pyroblast, or sorry, a Fireball or a Polymorph in hand when you play those big minions. How much less likely, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, that thing doesn't seem that good. And that thing doesn't seem that good. Alright, this was actually a pretty nice turn of events for me. So I got a couple of different options here. A couple different options. I could play the Wolf Rider and the Ventrico. What does that really give me? I'm not sure. Yeah, if I want this thing to die, I think I need to play the Stormwind Champion, because that makes the Ogre kill this in 1 hit, and then the Noyatron plus the dagger will kill that. But then I can't play anything else except remake the dagger. If I use the Wolf Rider, though, to kill the Zombie Chow, I can still kill this with the Ogre plus the dagger, and then we'll also play a Ventrico Mercenary for more... Is that more total board presence? Well, it keeps more health on the Noyatron. I'm just not sure. If I keep this in hand with a Stormwind Champion on, I could be really good. Alright, I'm going to try this. I'm not sure if this is the right play, but it's the play I'm going to make. So we hit this first. I do take 3 extra damage this way, but I think it's fine because I'm getting all this health back. Then I play the Ventrico, and I hit her in the face. So there's a 6-5 and a 7-6 for her to deal with. And I can actually play the Stormwind Champion for all my mana next turn, despite the Ventrico having that drawback. So since she played, what, a 2-7 and a 2-3 last turn, and when I had an Ogre out, it seems unlikely she could actually deal with this, but a Flame Strike plus Ping will kill this Ogre. Alright, so she plays the Heal Bot to heal all the way back up. And, yeah, this is actually pretty good stuff that she's doing here for her, because it sucks. I can't combo this, obviously, but either I have to leave her minions alone, and then I might fall behind on cards, or I kill her minions, but then I might, you know, I might end up, if I spend all my time killing her minions, just falling behind. Let's think about this. If I play Stormwind, I hit her for what, 13? 14 plus 3, 17. Now she's down to 13 health. I feel like that's a risky maneuver because it leaves her with the opportunity to just pop the Tron with the heal bot, and then the board's free for her to do with as she pleases. If I kill her stuff, but with the champion, so I can't quite make a dagger afterwards. I'd have to hit the Yeti and the heal bot and hit her for 2. Then everything would die to Flame Strike. Let's assume she has a Flame Strike. Everything is going to die anyway. No, I get to keep 2 creatures if I don't attack her stuff. No. She's going to Flame Strike, and then, yes, then everything dies. So everything dies to Flame Strike regardless. So I think I might as well just play it safer here. We'll kill that. Okay, fine. I'll hedge my bets. I'm going to hit her in the face with 2 creatures. I'll let her keep the 3/3, but I'll take out the Yeti. Okay, so if she Flame Strikes here, she'll get to kill the Stormwind Champion with the heal bot. And the Ogre will die. Oh, she doesn't have a Flame Strike. Okay, that is fortunate. Very fortunate. I'm very afraid of what she could have with these 4 cards. She heals the heal bot back up so it doesn't die to the dagger. And she plays the Spider Tank. Alright. I'd really love to be able to combo this guy. That would be super great. Wait, can I win? Hang on a minute. 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 6. Oh, it's 21. I always look for the win, kids. Always look for that win. Just gotta dagger up and finish the job. Alright. Well, I predicted that this deck would get no more than 2 wins. We fought against a couple of mages. The first one didn't really do anything. Was it a mage? Was the first opponent a mage? I think it was. Can't remember. The second one did some stuff. But that mage that we just played against, while she kept playing pretty strong cards, she never played any actual mage removal. No Frostbolt, Flamethrower, Polymorph, or Fireball, or Flame Strike, or Blizzard, or Cone of Cold. She really didn't have any of the mage cards. And I got really lucky with that Mad Bomber. I mean, if that Mad Bomber had hit my Voodoo Doctor like it was supposed to, I would have probably lost the game. Because the absence of that 3-2 body on her side of the table made a huge difference. Okay, this is a pretty bad opening hand. I'm keeping the SI Agent because I might not get to play anything else. And I'd rather waste an SI Agents combo than just pass on turn 3. We get a Backstab, which honestly is not that likely to be useful for triggering this combo, but it is something that is an option now. Mech Warper, not likely to be very helpful here. Hopefully she passes on turn 1, that would be ideal. He passes, I mean. Real. Alright, so that's good. Now we get to play the Mech Warper. Note that Demolisher is a mech, however it's not likely to matter at the moment because I have nothing to do with the extra 1 mana anyways. Alright, that can be backstabbed. Or I could use the Bluegill Warrior. Well, I think the most sensible thing is just to backstab it, then I can put down something better than... I can put down more board presence. Now, this guy is a bigger body than the Demolisher, but I think I'm actually going to use the Demolisher here, wasting the combo potential for the Agent, just because this guy could be useful later on, and the Demolisher, if you're ever going to use it, it's nicest to use it when the opponent's board is empty so that its weak power doesn't matter as much and you get to fling a barrel. Alright, I might get to use a sap here if this is a big minion. It's a light spawn. Well, where the Demolisher flings the barrel makes a big difference here. It flings it onto the light spawn, so now I could kill it with Dagger plus Bluegill Warrior. I could also kill it with, honestly, Dagger plus Mech Warper. That was a very lucky barrel flip. I could even run these 2 creatures into it. They'd actually both live with 1 health, admittedly. And then I could do whatever I wanted, but I've got nothing to do right now. So, okay, we might as well do the Dagger. The question is, do I want to throw the Bluegill Warrior at it, or do I want to just waste some of the Mech Warper's health? Let's go for the Mech Warper's health. If he wants to Holy Nova, he can't, because he just used the coin. Holy Nova wouldn't be that good anyways. It would just kill 2 creatures. And then next turn I can either sap and play the SI Agent, or I can just drop this guy down and see if he's got Shadow Word Death, which he probably does because he's been playing pretty slowly. But I think it's worth it. Alright, I can't actually kill this thing, unfortunately, because it's all stealthy. The Demolisher whiffs, which I honestly can't even complain about because I've been pretty lucky with the Demolisher so far. So basically I can either play the Master of Disguise to hide the Demolisher from the Hungry Panther's maw, or I can just play the Ventricle Mercenary because it's gigantic. What do you do here? Alright, we're going to try this. I'm not sure this is a good play, but it's the play I'm going to make. We're going to attack, 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 and I'm going to play the Master of Disguise. Now, the disadvantage to this move that I just made is that while it protects the Demolisher, the Panther can, of course, just kill the Master herself. My thinking here, though, is if I can keep pounding away with all this stuff, it's actually going to start to wreak havoc with his health total. Would he Holy Nova here? It would heal him like up to 20, kill off 2 creatures. Maybe. Maybe Holy Nova is the right play. Does he have it? That's the question. I hope he doesn't, because if he has a big minion, then the sap is ready and waiting here. Just to make him waste his time. Oh, shit. Well, these guys are going to die, and he's going to use the Pyromancer to do the job. Luckily, he doesn't have any mana left over, so if the Demolisher whiffs again, which it did, I can still dagger this thing down. I can even save the dagger and do Dancing Swords plus SI Agent. I think that's actually the move, right? Get some board presence going here. Hang on to the dagger in case I need it later on. Hit him in his fat face. Pass the turn. This is difficult for a priest to deal with because these are all surviving Holy Nova. And the 4/4 is just very hard for priest to deal with in general. We have 7-8 damage. He's at 15 health. And I'm safe from Shadow Word Death. So I feel like that was a pretty good choice. What I'm hoping for here is 1 big minion. I can sap that and play the Ventricle Mercenary, then he's screwed. Is he going to heal himself? He is. Okay, so we can either sap this or we can throw the Dancing Swords and the dagger at it. I think we might as well just sap this thing right here. Because now that I've used sap, I don't have an answer to anything really huge. But the thing is, he can't really play something huge and take out this Ventricle Mercenary. In fact, I'm going to hit him in the face with a dagger. Because next turn, I'm 1 mana shy of playing the Ogre if this thing is still here. So I'm going to probably be making the dagger. If he kills this, I can play the Ogre and make the dagger. So I might as well just get as much damage on his face as I can. He's got 8 cards, which is actually more cards than I have. I only have 9. Alright, he now goes up another card, and he heals up a bit, but that should be his whole turn. And that's 7, 10, 11, 12 damage, so I win. Okay, so that was 3-0 with a deck I thought was totally terrible. So clearly I'm not gaining any credibility in my deck prediction skills, arena, camp, platoon place. Let's just eat some peanuts. Of course, I could still lose the next 3 games in a row, but this is already better than I thought the deck would do. I thought it would get no more than 2 wins. Hilarious. Alright. Another mage, man. Okay. Doomgrin the mage. Yeah, this is a keeper. I could have mulliganed the Master of Disguise to try to get another early drop, but the Fairy Dragon's good on turn 2, even if I pass on turn 1. And I like the idea of being able to maybe disguise the Demolisher on turn 4 with the Master. And if not, a 4/4/4 is not terrible. Alright, well, let's live the dream here. Fairy Dragon is probably the right play because it can't be Frostbolted, but it can still be Flame Thrown, and this gives me the potential to maybe play a Demolisher next turn. Alright. Well, she had the Frostbolt, which means that had I played Fairy Dragon, my creature could have lived. But that's okay. This way, I have a 3/2, which means if she was going to play a 3 toughness 3 drop, I could trade into it. And then play the Demolisher, which is very annoying to deal with. Which is a secret. So would she really play a Mirror Entity here? If it's a Mirror Entity, I'd want to play the Wolf Rider. And just kill it. If I play the Demolisher, it's kind of annoying because I can't quite kill it. I don't have a dagger out. Okay, I'm going to hedge my bets then. I'm going to check for Ice Armor Vaporize. It's not that. Could still be a duplicate. Or, of course, any of the other wacky mage spells. How bad is it if she gets a Demolisher? There's a 1 in 3 chance that the Fairy Dragon would just die. And by attacking first, I forfeited the chance to hit the Demolisher with the Fairy Dragon. Shit. Alright. I will respect the threat of it being a Mirror Entity. Okay, and it actually was, so I'm glad I did. We can just basically treat that Mirror Entity as a 3 mana kill the Wolf Rider. She says thank you. She's trying to work on me psychologically, like, oh, I'm so glad you did that, but I don't know, I think I made the right choice there. Okay, we got all these Masters of Disguise here. Yeah, we'll trade this out. Hopefully she gets a bad thing. She gets a 1/4, which stops me from playing all of my 4-drops. Yikes. This thing is normally garbage, but that was a really unfortunate flip. I would have much rather played a 4-mana creature there than this Demolisher, so this game hasn't exactly been going my way. Of course, it could be screwing her over as well, but I doubt it. Alright, she draws cards here, which is a bit of a slow move. And she's going to ping the Demolisher, so she basically passes on turn 5 here. Alright, Demolisher finds its mark. This is just unreal. Alright, so I can make a dagger, but then these things drop back to 4 health. It's not really that good. I can use Fan of Knives to get a card, but do I really care about that? Here's what I'll do. We'll hit that thing to death. And then I'll play the Voodoo Doctor to heal up Mr. Demolisher over here. If she pings the Voodoo Doctor to go up a card, I'm pretty okay with it. Alright, so she has 7 cards to my 6, perhaps 5. I might get a card with this. I'm getting a card with this. I'd say she's got the lead here because I haven't really dealt any damage to her. I don't have any board presence whatsoever. Does she have a good 4-drop? That could really help her out. Well, it's not a bad one. Demolisher hits its mark. I could kill it with Deadly Poison. Problem is, if I dagger Deadly Poison to kill this thing, that's 3 mana. So I'd have to waste 1 tick of deadly poison. I'd have to basically treat this as a 1 mana 2 damage, or deal 1 damage, which sort of sucks. Fan of Knives also sucks. Okay, what I'm going to do then is draw a card first, see if I can get an answer to this from the card I draw. I don't. And I will, in fact, waste the other tick of deadly poison to kill that thing. So now, with Assassinate, I'm ready to kill anything. I don't have any board presence, though. I'm not actually dealing any damage. And Master of Disguise to stealth things up doesn't actually matter anymore because Flame Strike will clear the whole board anyway. Which is a second Ogre Magi. And 4 random missiles. Okay, perhaps she was hoping for 3 to hit the same target. That didn't happen, unfortunately, for her. Demolisher, gotta admit, that's very lucky. The Demolisher found its mark again, so I can use the Gnomish Inventor to finish this off. And now I have a choice to make. I can either play the Ogre, which will die to Polymorph and Fireball, or I can play this, in which case everything dies to Flame Strike, and I don't get to put as much board presence out. I'm going to take this chance, because I don't think she actually wants to use Flame Strike here. And I get to keep a dagger in hand this way, so we'll see what happens. That could have been the wrong move, but let's milk this Demolisher for everything it's worth. So she's got 6 cards to my 6. I can kill a big creature. I might go up a card with this, and I got a 4/4 out here. Alright, so that's a really good drop for her. It's not really worth assassinating. I can't deal with it easily. She preemptively pings the Master of Disguise, so that it will trade with the Spider Tank. Which, unbeknownst to her, stops me from doing the trade-in here and then disguise my Master of Disguise move. Demolisher again finds its mark, so we gotta think carefully here. I can just trade this and accept it, or I could throw the Demolisher and the dagger in. That would let me keep a 4/3. I could also Fan of Knives and dagger, but I think that stops me from playing the Ogre, so it's not really worth it. So okay, we'll do this. Let's take some damage. It's a bit risky here. For a couple of reasons. 1, I'm losing my Ogre, or sorry, my Demolisher, which has been pretty good. And 2, I'm going down below 20 health, which could be bad. 3, now she can Fireball or Polymorph. She's had no occasion to use either of those cards yet. So, the good news about Polymorph Fireball is that pretty much takes up her whole turn to do. She's gonna Frost Nova. Is this Frost Nova Doomsayer now? Cobra. Let's try to kill off the Ogre. And a zombie shot. That's actually good to see. I can get some health back. Alright, so we've got a couple different options here. Obviously, Backstab, Fan of Knives will kill any of these things that I want. The problem is that the other 2 things will stay with 2 health, so my dagger doesn't quite kill them. Now, I could, instead of going for that option, I could Master of Disguise my Ogre to stop it from dying to the Cobra. But, you know, I can just do this and still have enough mana anyway, because I'm not going to be playing the Assassinate this turn for sure. So let's see what card I get first. SI Agent, ho-ho. Well, I cannot play the SI Agent and the Fan of Knives, unfortunately. But I can Backstab Dagger to kill one thing, and then the SI Agent doesn't kill anything else. Shoot, I really would have liked to play this and the SI Agent and the Backstab. Unfortunately, that is not to be. Okay, so we'll just do this then. And Fan of Knives. Sprint could be nice later on. Here, though, we'll hit her in the face, make a dagger, and now, with a Flame Strike, she could clear everything. She could Flame Strike, ping the Ogre, and then, like, throw 1 creature each at the Ogre and the Master of Disguise. No, the Master of Disguise will be dead. What am I talking about? Flame Strike, ping the Ogre, throw the Mech Warper or the Chow at the Ogre, and then my board's clear. But the good news is, for me, that then I can play Sprint, an SI Agent to finish off her other minion and get a bunch of cards and probably win the game, because with the Chow being dead, I'm up to healthy life total, and she doesn't have that many cards left, especially if one of them is Flame Strike here. If she Fireballs or Polymorphs the Ogre, then I still have a 2/4, which is excellent against her board, and she spent most of her mana killing my Ogre. So either way, this Ogre's been really good, and the fact that I didn't hide it last turn I think is okay. Now I would say I'm set to win. I have the advantage here, whereas before it was pretty dicey. Alright, she draws a card. This forfeits the potential for Flame Strike. Does she have a Cone of Cold? No, she has a Fireball. Ah, that was a pretty good move. So now she can kill off the Master of Disguise with these two creatures, and then I have there's a 4/4 here that's difficult for me to get rid of. And in fact, that's what she's going to do. Alright, that was a very smart play on her part. Alright, so we got a couple of options here. I could run this in and then... Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just get all these cards. This is pretty simple. Now what I could do here is I could actually Shattered Sun Cleric to buff this up and hit it with my dagger. But I think I'd like to preserve as much health as I can. And, sure, I'll hit her in the face with the dagger. So now we've got Sap and Assassinate. A humongous card advantage lead, just absolutely unreal. So as long as I trade 1-to-1 with all of her stuff, I'm fine. Onyxia. Well, that does make me regret having spent Fan of Knives, because I don't have any really great answer to this situation. I don't have any Blade Flurries in this deck. Okay, well, that's a legendary, and it certainly helps her out here. So we're going to have to assassinate the 8/8. Obviously don't want to sap that and give her more whelps. We're going to dagger... Wait, do I want to play this guy here? Don't want to play this. I actually...
Hey, lights out.
I actually don't. So we're going to do this, this, and remake the dagger so that it's ready in hand to kill off more of these whelps. I'm still in the mindset that I don't really want to try to burn her out. I don't have any good burn here. I just want to try to deal with her stuff that she plays and grind out the victory. Oh my god. Well, with Onyxia and a Stormwind champion, she suddenly looks like is in pretty good shape to win this thing. Or at least stay in it. Okay. So now we're in a really awkward spot. I could sap this, but then she's just going to replay it. But yeah, I need to sap this. Can I kill it? I can Betrayal for 2 damage, this for 2 more. Yeah, it's not good enough. So we're going to sap the Stormwind champion. Dagger down. This game got really interesting all of a sudden. Dagger one of them down, shoot the other one, and then I could remake the dagger and play this. Let's do that. Okay, so with Onyxia and Stormwind champion, she's got 4 cards versus my 6. I don't have any burn here. She's a 6/6, which will take up 2 of my creatures to kill. And a Sunwalker. Okay. Which I cannot kill with Betrayal. It would take my dagger and both creatures to kill this thing off. Jesus Christ. This is getting really awkward. I thought I had this game absolutely in the bag, but all of a sudden, I might actually lose this now. So, what I'm going to do here is play the Pine-Sized Summoner, the Yeti, and hide the Yeti. If you're wondering why I'm hiding the Yeti, it's because the Pine-Sized Summoner's ability doesn't actually matter, but if she's a Flame Strike, she can't ping the Yeti to death. Now she's got 4 cards to my 5. My cards are all pretty weak. I don't have any of my endgame stuff. I've already used Sprint and an Ogre. Shoot! I could very well lose this, given that she has a Stormwind champion. Okay, this thing's weak. That's good. Blizzard is, unfortunately, a quite strong card. So she's going to ping this, and then it's going to get killed off by a ping next turn. And she still has a Stormwind champion here. Alright, what I'm going to do is drop the Tron. I'm just going to drop everything. I can't afford to play around Flame Strike anymore. So there's an interesting thing that could happen here. If she enrages this Berserker, by running into the Tron, then Betrayal could become good against the Berserker. Using on the Berserker, that would drop the Stormwind champion to 1 health. I don't think I can afford to dagger it, though. Fatigue is in her favor. Alright, that thing will die to the Berserker. And she's not playing Stormwind champion. I guess she's afraid of another Assassinate, which is just fine by me. Okay, here I have to make a very difficult decision. Whether to go for her face or whether to try to burn her out. I know she's got a Stormwind champion and some other card. Do I kill the 5/2 or the 4/5? Probably the 4/5, because it gives me a thing. Let's see, 4, 8, 4, 8, 9 damage. I've got to go for the kill here. So we kill that Yeti. Hopefully I get something useful with the spare part. Emergency Coolant wouldn't be bad. Stealth wouldn't be bad. Hey, look at that. Okay, so then we hit Hit. Hit. Play this. Get stealth, so it can't be targeted by things like emergency coolant. Hit her in the face with a dagger. And I'm threatening lethal here. It would be a little bit tricky for her to stop the lethal. She'd have to have... Well, I guess it's not that tricky. What's tricky is there's a 7/6 she can't directly touch. But, I mean, taunt or health will do it. These two creatures also are lethal, and she has a spare part and a Stormwind Champion, both of which are pretty on... Well, the spare part might be good, but the Stormwind Champion I know is not going to be very good. 7 mana to buff this up is obviously pretty useless, because this thing already kills all my stuff. And she can't kill me, or can she? She had 2 fireballs, she would kill me. And if 2 fireballs plus a way to silence this, well, 2 fireballs is 8 mana. If she could kill this with, let's say, a Frostbolt, that leaves her with 8 mana... But that's impossible because one of these is a spare part and one of these is Stormwind Champion, so she cannot have 2 fireballs and a Frostbolt. Big Game Hunter. Well, gotta admit, that was a really, really lucky spare part. If she had been able to kill this... I don't know. I don't know what her other cards were. She had a Stormwind Champion, a spare part, and something else that I don't know what it is. So I might have been screwed, or I might have just killed her with my other things. It's hard to say. Wow, that was a really exciting game. I thought I was going to win for sure. And then I thought she was going to catch up and win. But, yeah, she had a pretty strong deck. We had a Blizzard. We had... I think... Was there a Frostbolt in there? I think there was. Yeah, there was a Frostbolt that killed my Mech Warper very, very early on. Stormwind Champion, she had a Nixia, which is not a very good ranked card, but it's great in the arena. After I played Fan of Knives, no less. Alright, we're up against the Shaman. Well, if anyone's gonna ruin my winning streak, it's the curse of the Shamans, that's for sure. So, I think here, the Fan of Knives probably is not something I actually want to keep. But I'll keep this. Again, it sucks to play that on turn 1, but it's better to do that than to do nothing. Even if it means going down a card. And against a Shaman, it's not necessarily going down a card. This could, of course, trade with a 3/2. Or stop him from playing a 3/2. Or it could eat up a removal spell that, you know, would pave the way for one of these guys to survive. Don't mind me, that's my alarm. Just making sure I didn't forget I had work today. Alright, is he going to remove this thing? He looks like he's going to spend a Rockbiter weapon. Well, that's a great victory. If a Voodoo Doctor took out a Rockbiter weapon, that's fantastic. And it also even dealt 2 damage to his face, so really can't complain at all about any of that. Pint-sized Summoner now. Rockbiter weapon's gone. He'd have to have some more removal here. And next turn I can actually play a Master Disguise, which is a 4/4 for 3 mana if it's with the Pint-sized Summoner. That doesn't have any drawbacks, so this is like a 4/4 for 3 mana with a drawback. This is a 4/4 for 3 mana with the Pint-sized Summoner with no drawbacks. And it could even hide the Pint-sized Summoner to help it live another turn. On turn 4, I could make the dagger and play Dancing Swords, for example, if this thing lived. See if he's got the removal again. Alright, it's a 3-drop, and it is what? Harvest Golem, Feral Spirits. Not quite a pain. Hey, it could be worse. So we got a couple of different options here. Could do Mech Warper, Backstab, Dagger. He'd get 2 cards out of this. I think I'm going to go big here. We're going to hit him in the face, and we're going to give Stealth to the Pint Size. And just pass the turn. So I'm hoping to kill this in 1 hit, so it doesn't give him 2 cards. It's a risk, but he has used his coin. So the risk is mitigated somewhat. Alright. One thing that's worth noting is that the Stealth granted by the Master of Disguise is permanent, so I don't have to reveal the Pint-sized Summoner. I can just leave her stealthed. Alright, so I could just kill the Sapper. Note that I cannot play the Cobra and the Warp and the Dancing Swords, because one of them would become 3 mana after the first were played. Oh man, this is tricky. Don't want him to get 2 cards off of this, but trying to avoid that too much is likely to cause me some problems. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just play this. I'm going to drop down the Dancing Swords, make a dagger, and keep this thing hidden. So the disadvantage of this play is if he plays a big 4-drop here, my Cobra's not in place. But the advantage of this play is I got rid of the Acolyte, I got that axe out of my head. I have a 4/4 here, which is difficult for him to deal with. And I'm not too exposed against Lightning Storm. I could have, like, hit that and killed this, or and, like, played this, and then I would have been vulnerable to Lightning Storm, I think, if I had been not very careful. Alright, so this thing is kind of annoying, because I would have liked, of course, here to have the Cobra in play. But we'll deal with what we've got. So I can backstab, dagger, take it down to 2 health, and throw the pine size at it. I could just let this thing get damaged and dagger it. Wait, why don't I do... That seems like the good choice. Yeah, we'll just do this and dagger it. And then we'll do this and kill it. And then we'll play the Yeti. And now I can either play the Mech Warper if I'm greedy, which is greedy because it'll die to Lightning Storm and a 50-50 chance, along with all this other stuff, or I can make a dagger if I'm not greedy. Let's not be too greedy here, and I will hit him in the face with the pine size, because at this point the pine size has done its job, and I want that extra damage, and I also, if it's going to die to Lightning Storm, I might as well just use it up. So does he have Lightning Storm? He doesn't have Lightning Storm. That is a Christmas miracle. Doesn't kill the pine size? Interesting. I guess he wanted the card. But I don't like that play at all. I think that he would have been better off killing pine size and letting this be big, rather than just giving me the free kill with the dagger, and then I can do whatever I want now. He would have... How likely would he have used Lightning Storm last turn? I mean, I think he would have certainly used it last turn, wouldn't he? So I'm going to do this. That thing is still 2 mana because it's a discount. And then, do I play the Cobra? Let's play the Cobra. I really don't think he's got Lightning Storm. I think he would have played it last turn if he had it. If I'm wrong on this, though, I'm going to lose the game, potentially. If the Lightning Storm is a good flipper, if he's got spell damage to boost it up. Let's see it. Lightning Storm, I think, is his only out that I can think of. He doesn't have it. He played these in the opposite order, so he threw away a Knife Fling for some reason. I don't know why. He's going to Crackle. 50-50 chance of killing that Yeti. Gets it. Demolisher goes for the face. I gotta see if I can kill him. Well, with that, I can definitely kill him. Honkity, donkity, splonkity, schmoop. Alright, we've evaded the Shaman Curse, and we have time for one more game. Let's see if I can make it to 6-0 with the deck that I thought was totally terrible, or just drop back down to a comfortable 5-1. Oh, man. I remember thinking, before I made the prediction that this deck was terrible, you know, Boris, you're often wrong about this. Maybe you should make a comment about how you're wrong and maybe whatever. But I decided not to say it because I was so confident that this was actually a pretty bad deck with not quite as much endgame as I would have liked and a weird curve. Was the curve that? I guess the curve's not that weird. The problem with the curve is it doesn't have enough endgame, but it does have, you know, a good solid mass of 2s, 3s, and 4s. Well, anyway, we have a 4th mage here, Waggetums. Waggetum's dogs. Okay, so we have this Dread Corsair, which should only be 3 mana. Do I keep that? Well, when am I actually going to play the dagger to make this cheaper is the thing. If I get Deadly Poison, obviously this thing is only 1 mana, that's great. But if I don't get Deadly Poison, on turn 2 I'm probably going to play the Blue-Gila Warrior. Yeah, I'm never really actually going to make a dagger, so I'm going to mulligan that. It's not really 3 mana. Alright, now I can actually coin out an Annoyatron. Now the problem with coining out the Tron is if she had nothing better on turn 2 anyway, then, you know, she could just ping off the shield and get a free kill on the shield. But I'm going to do it regardless. So if she pings this, I'm pretty happy with that, is the thing. Like, I'm pretty jazzed. And then on turn 2, I don't have to make the Blue-Gila Warrior. I can just dagger up and take down one of these mirror images. Alright, well, I'm already looking forward to Fan of Knives here. Fan of Knives would be pretty terrific. Do I backstab any of this stuff? Well, I think I want to do this. Kill off one of them. She can use the ping plus the Tidehunter to kill this, but that would be her whole turn. I'm pretty happy if she does that. But I think it's worth it to go for the board presence here. This way, if she wants to kill that thing, she's going to have to work for it. If she plays a real creature, that is pretty good for her, but I can, like, play Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this up, kill the mirror image, and then dagger down the thing. No! Oh, that's bad. Well, shit. So now she has a 6/6. Oh boy. That's not good. That is the opposite of good. Wow. Never seen a Neutron get Blood Knighted before. So this is really, really bad. Now she can just kill this, and it's going to take a dagger and a cleric to kill this, taking 6 damage to the face and having to spend my time daggering. I could also play the Blue Gold Warrior to save the damage, but that doesn't seem right. I can't combo this with what I've got because I used the backstab. Foolishly, it now seems. Just going to silence that up to get rid of the buff and the taunt. Oh man, I am so fucked, it's just not even funny. Alright, Wolf Rider. Is that what has to happen here? That's what has to happen here, yeah. So we're going to Wolf Rider to finish this off. There's really no point in throwing the Neutron away at this thing. So she's got a card up on me and the play. I can do the Blue Gold Warrior and the SI Agent to finish this off, I guess. What's she going to buff? That thing. Crap. This is bad. That buff really stings, but we gotta do what we can do here. So we're gonna Blue Gold Warrior that. SI Agent that. Now the SI Agent will trade with this if she doesn't have any Frostbolts or Flamethrowers, but if she does and kills this, I'm really screwed because this thing is gonna become big enough to kill my Lord of the Arena, which is what I'm gonna have to use to trade with it. If she can play a taunt to protect this, I'm screwed as well. There's just a lot that will screw me here. She does only have 3 cards. That's my main hope right now, is that they're just not very good ones. Well, I've had some good luck in this run. I really can't complain too much about things. Alright, she actually didn't have it. That's fantastic. So we get to kill this Micro Machine. And then Lord of the Arena really makes no sense. I'll just play the Boulder Fist Ogre. The reason I say Lord makes no sense is she can kill it with the healer plus a ping. I might as well make her work for the kill. Now if she has Fireball or Polymorph and she uses it here, then okay, I'll play the Lord of the Arena. Zombie Chow is pretty immaterial here, I would say. Alright, she's got just an army of Chillwind Yetis going on here. Let's kill this. And here I might as well play this. Now the reason I'm playing this guy is, otherwise she could Zombie Chow plus ping to kill the Ogre. This way she has to throw Cairn and a ping away to kill the Lord. And then she does still have a Chillwind Yeti, but I feel like it was worth it to get rid of the first iteration and to use it per ping. Okay, I'm getting a little low on health, but she's a little low on cards. Alright. I think I gotta get the Ventrico down here. So of course the dude can kill my Fairy Dragon, but then it's not hitting my face, which I think is important. Zombie Chow has 5 health in reserve, which should be good if I don't get blasted down out of the blue. I've used a lot of my endgame here. I've used Ogre and Lord, so that means all I have is the Stormwind Champion and a Sprint. Just gonna heal that up, which is a bit of a greedy maneuver, I think, because it's just 3 health and spending a lot of mana to do it. But I guess if she had nothing better to spend her mana on, might as well. Alright. Let's kill off... I think I want to kill off this. Play this to give it stealth. Make a dagger. I've got nothing to do with... I'm not going to be daggering minions, so I might as well just hit her in the face with that. Hoping that the Master of Disguise can kill the Panda. My luck's about to run out here. If she has a Flame Strike, I lose. But what I hope it will happen is that the Master of Disguise can kill the Panda. And then this is lying in wait to kill a big creature. Is this actually going to get to kill her Ogre? That's the question. It looks like it is, although I'm a little bit low on health here. You really can't have everything. Alright, so you kill... I can't kill her, no. So you kill this. You kill that. Then you do this. And that was a decent top deck. Sucks that I have to dagger that thing, but that's okay. And can I afford to play around Flame Strike? can I afford to play around Flame Strike? The answer is I can and I should. She's only got one card. I might regret not having a 4/4 on the table, but I feel like I have to play around the Flame Strike here. Alright, the Panther will hit me in the face for 4 damage, which is bad. I don't really have any taunt. I've used my Neutron and my Lord of the Arena. I've got a Dread Corsair. That's the only thing I've got left. This doesn't kill the Panther, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm getting very, very low on health. I could just Fan of Knives just to see what I get. If I get the Dread Corsair, that'd be great, but if I don't get that, then it was just wasted. So, okay, we will do this. That Panther actually puts me in an awkward spot. Remake the dagger, pass the turn, so she can kill me now with a Fireball and a Frostbolt. She's only got a couple of cards. I'd love to see her have an empty hand. That would make me feel much more secure about my chances to not get blasted down and die. Of course, anytime she top decks a Flame Strike, I lose, but I've had enough luck. I feel like if I lose on bad luck here, that's just life. I screwed up. I should have actually kept this in the middle to guard against Cone of Cold. Alright, she doesn't hit me in the face. That is very encouraging. She heals up, which is awesome because I couldn't care less about that. And this, that's a problem. That's a big problem. I can't kill that very easily. Voodoo Doctor. Well, here I am just going to play Fan of Knives out of mainly desperation. Okay, we'll do that. Betrayal. Huh. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Even though it's card disadvantage. We do that. We throw the Pine Size away at that. We throw that away at that. I'll heal up. And hit her in the face. Should I have? I shouldn't have done this. I probably should have waited. Now she just gets to ping it and go up a card. But I think that was always going to be the case. Okay, so we're in a top deck war. She's got the life advantage. She's got the first card to play. She's got a Water Elemental. That's terrible. That'll kill this. I need Assassinate on this. I think that's the only answer I have. Cobra. Well, that is also an answer to the Water Elemental. The problem with Cobra is that she now gets to attack my Inventor and ping it, and then the Cobra dies to the Elemental. So I need Sprint, but the problem is if Sprint's too far back in my deck, it's just actually going to hurt me because it'll get me closer to Fatigue. So the Sprint has to be up pretty soon. Mech Warper, luckily, is not a big deal. It's just a 2/3. But I have to use the Cobra to kill this Elemental, I think. Sap. If I sap the Elemental, it doesn't matter. I can use the Cobra to kill this, but then she just pings us and replays the Elemental. So it's really pretty pointless. Sap is actually just terrible right now. Anyway, again, I've been pretty lucky this run. The fact that this game was as close as it was is good. If a Sprint comes up pretty soon, I could still maybe win. But it's going to have to happen really soon. Alright, Mecha Machine's not a problem yet. It's just a 3/2 for now, but it's going to become a problem very quickly if I don't get some removal here. Sap is only a temporary answer. This is actually not a bad card. And Deadly Poison is not a bad card also. So we'll kill that before it becomes a problem. Don't want to do my dagger yet, because that will make me lose my Wicked Knife. And I don't want to sap this, because I actually want it to be here so I can kill it with my Deadly Poison. Alright, that guy. Is that worth sapping? I don't think so. I can just kill it with the Deadly Poison as well as I can kill the Mech Warper. The problem, of course, is I'm actually now starting to get pretty close to dying, so these 2 points of damage every turn are a big deal. Actually, she could ping this. Shoot. Hang on a minute. I think I actually have to... Yeah, this sucks, but I have to do this. I have to sap this just to not take 2 damage. Mainly what's actually making me lose now is the fact that I've dealt so little damage to her over the course of the game. She can just kill me in 5 turns. So she has a Mech Warper and something else. Sprint is... I think we're out of time for Sprint. I think if it's not the next card, Sprint's just bad. And I have a Stormwind Champion, which is also good. So there's Sprint and Stormwind Champion are the 2 main things I'm hoping to see. This is actually really awful because I can't do anything about this. I've already used Fan of Knives, and it's just going to ploink me for 1 damage a turn. Alright, there's Sprint. So Dread Corsair might not be bad as my other cards to draw. Can I please get it? Okay, thank you. I'm just going to have to rely on this guy to hold up against the spiders, honestly. So we kill that off. We hit her in the face. I'm dead in 4 turns to pings, or less if she finds a fireball or frostbolt at any time. And I'm also dead probably if she can answer this guy by silencing it. Alright, the ghoul isn't that great, luckily enough for me. She pops the spiders, which is a very smart play because what this does is it forces me to have to deal with the spiders, which are now very dangerous.
I'm almost out of cards.
And I'm almost out of cards. Alright, well, doesn't get more harrowing than this. So, let's see, I've got 4, 7, 9 damage. But I think I have to kill her stuff. So we're going to kill this like that. Do I dare let a spider hit me? Maybe I should have used Assassinate. No, I need to play my creatures, that's right. This is a very calculated risk. I'm gonna basically take an extra point of damage, so which reduces my clock by 1 so that I can deal 4 extra damage to her. And what do I have here? 4, 8, 10, 13, shit. 14 damage. I don't kill her this turn, which means she pings me. Shoot, I actually lose the game. I'm misjudged. If the Demolisher doesn't hit her face, I lose the game. I forget what my last card is. I have absolutely no idea, but I doubt it's anything that deals damage. Because what happens is, she pings me, and then oh, she decided to go for a creature instead. Okay, whatever. Let's see what the last card is. Stormwind Champion, that's right. Oh my god, I'm actually going to win this game. That is unreal. I thought for sure I was going to lose it. Wow. Alrighty. So, yeah. That is a hell of a video. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed it, please like and or subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should probably unsubscribe from my channel because the videos are not going to get better than that one. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. See you again next time. Take care.